Hi everybody, this is Reviewer of Destiny here to bring you my movie review on IP Man and IP Man 2. Pardon me for butchering the name. Some people have told me it's called Yip Man. But I'm gonna say IP because I am Americanized, I guess. But if anybody has a problem, I'll change it. Don't worry. So I'm here to bring you my review on this movie because a couple weeks ago I met with a friend who rented them and said that he enjoyed them, but the movies he described to me didn't sound like the movies I seen. The ones I saw were the original, the 2008 version, and the 2010 with Donnie Yen playing IP Man. The ones that he described to me, there were another movies, and they were called IP Man, but they were not by the same actor or director. So that's why I said I had to do a research on it. And another reason why is because the third one in the IP Man trilogy with Donnie Yen is coming out this year, sometime towards the end of the year. So you betcha I will do whatever it takes to see it. Although it's a Chinese movie, so it'll premiere in China. So, oh well, I'll have to wait until it gets here, but still might be fun to do. Okay, I'm gonna do both. Okay. IP Man 1, I liked. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite scene in the movie is where we beat up the 10 men. The reason I liked it is because throughout the movie, IP Man is portrayed as this humble. He is not arrogant about his skills, polite. He has respect for others who have skill. But in this movie, in this scene, it just shows you that you can only push a man so far before he freaking snaps. And that's what happened. That's what I liked it. I'm like, it was really done, well done. This movie also shows you like the martial arts capital of China, or the was at the time. I don't know if that's still today. It'd be cool if it was. It'd be a fun visit to go see. So it had some other cool scenes, like even though the fight with the general was a good scene, it felt a little out of place to me. I'm like, yeah, you want to break the spirits, but through a fight. I'm like, I don't think that really happened in history, but it's still a cool movie, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, I also like that he teaches civilians how to fight, protect themselves. It was really good. I mean, his wife, though, seems kind of strict and a little mean, but I can't blame her. I mean, everyone wants to talk to her husband. Everybody wants like a piece of either pie to talk. So she's like, I get it. I totally get it. I'm like, it's understandable why she would be angry. I'm like, but I do like when his duel happened in his house and he told them, please don't make a mess, or like, don't make him too much of a mess because he won. I'm like, the first one was really good, but to be quite honest, it didn't have to be there. I love the movie. I'm gonna say it again, but it didn't have to be there because the second one starts out in Hong Kong. In the first one, he gets shot after his duel with the general, and then he goes to Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, to me, the second one could really be seen as the beginning because this is how he establishes his school, and it shows you the British colonization, or I wouldn't say colonization at the time, or could I? Okay, influence that Britain had in Hong Kong because they were right there. They're the ones who spread English. It wasn't America, people. The reason most of the world speaks English is because of the British Empire. Remember that. And you got to see him. You had the boxing influence that it had. Boxing was a big deal at the time. It was one of the first televised sports. Early technology could make boxing really famous. So you got to see that in the second movie. You also got to see when he tried to establish his school. He was poor. But that's how you make a living, because it's really hard to change with the upcoming times. But he established a school, and they wanted him to, the local dojos wanted him to pay a fee. But here comes the best scene of the movie, is when you have to prove yourself to be established, and it's the duel. He has a duel with one of the masters, and it's in tables. It's really good. It's really choreographed, even though the part where the chair breaks and they both land on, the table breaks and then they both land on different sides on top of the table. It was cool. really unrealistic, but no doubt less cool. No doubt less cool. And although, yeah, another part movie, although I thought it was brutal, is how the boxer beat the crap out of the master. One of the masters, the dual IP man early in the movie. It was like, ouch, that was brutal. But again, the final duel between IP man and the boxer, it's an east to west duel of whose skills are better. That is totally what it was. But it was done. And of course, at the end of the movie, you get to see him meet Bruce Lee as a young man, which is why the third movie, it has to be with, which is coming out again this year, is gonna, I hope it has something to do with Bruce Lee and his trainings, because Bruce Lee is such a respected icon. And the reason these IP Man movies were so famous is because, come on, it gives a little insight, although, let's be honest, it's mostly a little insight of the man who taught him, or at least make him read more about him. Because he was really a good, important figure. Overall, these movies were both awesome. It's just to show you that it's not only Hollywood that can bring you these action-packed movies. I mean, other countries can do it too. Like I said, if you watch my Rurouni Kenshin review, I'm like, Kenshin rules. I mean, Japanese did their directing right. It was really good. Overall, I would rate the first one an 8.5. It was good. Some of the scenes, like the duel with the Japanese general, seem unrealistic to me. I mean, it didn't really have to be there. I mean, it's just showing y'all. I liked it, but it was just something that didn't feel right. The second one, I have to give it a 9.0 out of 10 because, again, it felt more realistic. And it felt like this was the true beginning. The first one, it was just, to be honest, to make a great start on this franchise. That's what I think. That's what what the first movie was about. The second one was more of what he actually did. And it was pretty good. That's why I rate the second one higher. Although, again, I'm not saying that the first one is a bad movie. I am not saying that at all. It was awesome. But I am looking forward when the third one comes out because these are just really, really, really good movies. And it makes me happy to see them. I mean, today Hollywood's being taken over by freaking superhero movies, even though they're great. You want something different for a change. I mean, in the 70s, martial arts movies did rule, but not so much now. Okay then, thank you so much everybody for watching this video. This is Reviewer of Destiny. See you next time.